Right then. Hello there, everyone. I hope you're all ready for, well, Shiny Hunting Arceus, which was the second thing that people voted for. Considering it that Legend of Dark Witch basically only took one stream to get through the main story, yeah. We're just gonna have a nice chill one as the last one before a week's break. Is a good idea, I think. Dodogen! Oh, here we go again then. Really wish they kept the soft reset option. That would have been nice. I mean, the original game had it, and they were wanting us to have a what was it called? They wanted it to be a faithful remake, so yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's still kind of salty about that, and I don't blame them. Faithful remake moment. Yeah, definitely, Floof. Also, hello! How are you today? Kind of sick. Yesterday was not a good day. Talk about it later when you stream. Ah, that's not good. Hopefully today's been better than yesterday, though. A bit, or else you wouldn't stream. Fair enough. It's only been 2 years since this game released. Wow. Kind of crazy, huh? And once again, reset. Yeah, I got nothing else to really say. Oh, it is a National Cat Day. That's nice. Also happens to be a couple of my relatives' birthdays, which is quite funny. No, I'm not like the... I'm obviously not the most kitted out. It's most of the time if people are shiny hunting something like this, they have like multiple copies of the game running. Yeah, some people have a lot of money. Hello there, Ruby. I hope you're doing well today. That's good. Oh, I forgot Arceus could learn Seismic Toss. A random move for it to know. Oh, yawning now, jeez. Ugh. Hmm. So speaking of art, so considering we're hunting Arceus, why are you yawning so much? Jeez. What was I saying? Yeah. So speaking of Arceus, something that Pokemon Go has been doing since Pokemon Go tour back in spring, late winter, early spring, is having such a thing called adventure effects, where certain legendary Pokemon will have can use their moves outside of battle to achieve a certain effect. Currently, it's just Origin, Palkia, and Dialga, and the two fused Necrozma forms with adventure effects. But it gets me wondering what future fused effects we could put, what future adventure effects we could possibly get. Like Dawn Wings and Duskmane Necrozma, they by activating their adventure effects, you basically have a for I think 10 minutes per activation. Pokemon from the nighttime and daytime respectively spawn in, and you can also evolve Pokemon that require daytime or nighttime respectively, regardless of what the time is. Like, even if it's nighttime, if you use Duskmane Necrozma, Necrozma's adventure effect, for 10 minutes you can evolve daytime Pokemon, and daytime Pokemon will spawn around you. With Origin, Palkia, and Dialga, Origin Palkia's Spatial Rend adventure effect doubles the distance, like the interaction distance that you can do. So like it makes more, basically you can see more of the Pokemon spawned around you, and you can interact with things from farther away for 10 minutes per activation, up to 24 hours at once. And Dialga's Roar of Time is, it freezes all timers that you've got going. So for like incense, star pieces, lucky eggs, I don't think Mega Evolutions, but yeah, it'll freeze them for 10 minutes per activation, up to 24 hours at once. Yeah, those are the current adventure effects. It's got me thinking about how they're gonna do it in the future as well, because that'll be interesting. Like if they ever release Arceus, I could see them giving giving it an adventure effect for Judgment, being that it spawns Pokemon that match its type for 10 minutes or so. What else was there? What other interesting ones could we get? Well, Pokemon haven't been added yet that they could totally do something interesting for. Well, they could definitely do something interesting for Zacian and Zamazenta crowned form. I know the Hero of Many Battles form were already added like a couple of years ago. But they could definitely do the crowned form and give like them adventure effects. Something like, oh, you get to encounter high attack Pokemon or get to encounter high defense Pokemon. Something. Or something like you get more Dynamax energy while this is running. Because I know they're adding Dynamax probably in the next season, so next month. They're adding Dynamax and Gigantamax. Which will be interesting. I'd love to see how they have that function. Koraidon and Miraidon, if they add those, they could give them some kind of thing. Maybe Koraidon encourages more like steel types and artificial Pokemon, whereas Koraidon encourages more like grass types or like more primal Pokemon. Fossils, maybe? I don't know. What's the a good one? Perhaps Pecharunt encourages for a little while. It makes it easier for you to catch Pokemon if they add Pecharunt and give it an adventure effect because of the mind control mochi. Probably a few other things they could do that I'm just not thinking of. Obviously, they can't do Primal Kyogre and Groudon or Mega Rayquaza because they're already in the game as Mega Evolutions essentially. They already give good benefits for like 8 hours. Good, kind of cool. They could possibly do something for Fused Kyurem as well. I don't know what they'd give it. I'm pretty sure Fused Kyurem are already in the game, but they could probably do something. Arceus. Well, I've bled that talking point dry, I think. Oop. I saw it out of the corner of my eye and thought it was a shiny for a second. Jeez. Da 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 da. I mean, to be fair, it is a it is like a 1 in, it is a 1 in 4,000 chance. If I was patient and actually knew how to do it properly, I probably could just do the, what'd you call it? If I was patient and knew how to do it properly, I could just do the RNG manipulation for it. But I don't know how to do that properly. I've seen videos on it and I just don't know how to do it properly, and I also just don't have the program to do it either, so... I really wish that alright. I really wish that with the new origin forms for Dialga and Palkia, that the mons didn't actually have to hold the items. I wish they were just key items that you could click to transform them into the origin form. Because, like, I don't think their stats are high enough to warrant. I don't think they're crazy enough to warrant losing the ability to hold an item. Like with Zacian and Zamazenta, it makes sense that they'd need to hold the item, both from a in-game perspective, because they basically because that Pokemon basically just gets a free +1 attack on enter and a ridiculous stat boost with it. But also because the entire idea is that they are equipping themselves with the item to transform into their crown forms. But with Dialga Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, it really doesn't make much sense. I'm pretty darn sure that base stat total isn't even different. Yeah, no. Between origin form and altered form, their base stats total is exactly the same. It's just, yeah. Oh, aye, that's fine, Floof. And also, Jemai, John, how are you? Yeah, it's got the same base stat total. In fact, the only actual difference, between Origin Dialga and base form Dialga is that 20 points of its attack went to its special defense. That's literally it. And I imagine it's the same, but with special attack. Yeah, 20 points of base form Palkia's attack went to its speed. That's literally it. That's the only thing those are the only things that changed. But yeah, I don't think it warrants them losing the ability to hold an item. I'm glad you're doing well, Sean. Alright, 5 views. That's more than I expected. Horns! Llama! Alpaca! Take your pick, really. Considering how long it took me to get the shiny Shaman, I really shouldn't be complaining too much. Because that one took me ages as well. And it's not like I've been doing it since the last time I did it on stream, I think. I really just need to do that when I'm not actually doing anything, and my brain is like, I don't want to do anything. I really should just do some shiny hunting on this and trying to get the shiny Celebi from Crystal. I keep meaning to try and do that, but I just never actually do it. Yellow. Or whatever you want to call it. Gotta make sure I'm sitting in correct posture. I have a bad habit of not doing that. So, yeah, what region are you guys hoping for the next mainline Pokemon game? What area do you want them to base it off of? We've already got Spain. The entire of Paldea was based on the Iberian Peninsula, which includes Spain. I think Australia would be pretty cool, personally. Greenland could also be pretty cool, yeah. You're kind of out of the loop, Flu. Fair enough. South America. Oh, that'd be pretty good too, actually. Some jade forests, some rainforests. But there's plenty of stuff that you can use for design inspirations as well there. Get another crocodile Pokemon. Go! Oh dear. Ah, yes. Perfect. Da 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 da. Da. Just a reminder, the Shiny Charm will not work for this. Because for some reason in this game, the Shiny Charm is only programmed to work when breeding. I really don't understand that, but sure, whatever. It is really dumb. I don't know why they programmed it like that. You can't even say they wanted it to be faithful because the Shiny Charm wasn't even in the original Diamond and Pearl, so it's not exactly for it being faithful. It's just weird. And it's not a bug because it's just flat out programmed to be like that. There's no data in the game for the Shiny Charm to work on wild encounters. I mean, it could be. But, like, is it really more difficult than the Dynamax Adventures? And they had like a 100, a 1 in 100 at max capacity thing. I don't know if I'm going to go for the full 3 hours with this. I used to have so much patience for doing this, but I just kind of don't have that anymore. I think part of the reason a lot of people can go for so long with just doing this is because they have a lot of people to talk to. I don't know if I can do that for 3 hours though with topic. I'm running out of things to say already. I don't even think it's because we're getting older. I think it's just because I don't have a lot to say. I've already said all my thoughts on this game. Because it's got less to do with, like, it's more to do with patience rather than anything else. Or maybe just because there's a lot more to do. Who knows? Ba da 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 da. Na. Ba na 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 na. Ah, did anything happen the last couple of days? Well, I mean, they finally revealed what Kamen Rider Majode's final form's gonna be. Like, the last 3 episodes, they actually gave her a final form. Actually gave her a flipping power-up form, which is surprising. I mean, not really, but normally the secondary rider gets a power-up form a little bit earlier than what, the last 3 episodes? And it's not Gaia Dragon like everyone thought it would be. It's actually something completely different called Majade Eclipse. And considering we've only seen the preview, the episode preview for it, we've only really seen it from the torso up. It's a very nice looking suit though. Even has a little black sun on the chest crystal, which is pretty cool. Very curious as to how it's going to activate. And also, presumably, that form sounds will be in the Memorial Edition. Alchemist driver units, when if they make that, they probably will. That'll be in the Memorial Edition Gotcha driver that just activates when you slot in the Alchemist unit. Because I highly doubt I highly doubt that they're not going to make a special version of the Gotcha driver with all sorts of like sounds and such. Because they do that for everything. They've done that since Xaid made Memorial Editions of the transformation trinkets, but the transformation trinkets this time are all cards. So if they wanted to add like specific sounds, they'd have to do it with the actual belt itself. And it seems like they're going to, because they did release one for Gotcha Daybreak from the movie. Special version with voice lines and everything. So they're probably going to do that with the regular Gotcha driver and the additional units for the other characters to transform. The Digimon Tamers direction? Huh? I don't know what specifically you're referencing. I've not watched Digimon Tamers, and I don't exactly know with the cards. Oh, right, yeah. Kinda. Actually, it kind of is. And more people have, like, compared it to Pokemon combined with Yu-Gi-Oh! The entire idea is that there are 101 Chemis, creatures born from alchemy, that have escaped into the world. And it is the alchemist's job, along with new alchemist Hotaro Ichinose, to hunt them down and, well, collect them, essentially. And in Hotaro's case, befriend them all, because he really likes them. There are, as I said, there's 101 Chemis, 10 sets of 10 plus one extra one. Yeah, a bit of a sprinkle of Yokai Watch, especially fitting because one of the 10 categories is occult, which includes several yokai. The other categories are insect, machine, artifact, which varies between just household items and actual weird artifacts. I said machine, which is basically vehicle. Job, which is chemis that embody specific jobs like wrestler, magician, wizard. Yeah, I don't know why wizard is the job chemi. Is a job chemi and not a fantastic chemi or anything else. Because that's another one, fantastic, which is fantasy creatures. Although I guess it makes sense to have a fantastical job be the strongest of the job chemis. That makes sense. There's also beast, which is mammals mostly. Ancient, which is dinosaurs and other ancient creatures like coelacanths. There is space, which is basically just planets and outer space phenomena. And also elements. Not sure why, but it is. How many was that? Was that 9? Oh yeah, plant. That was another one. That was the other one. Plant. I do believe that was every single one. And each chemi has each of the 10 chemis in a group have a number from 1 to 10. And to know which one and each of the and like how the gotcha driver works is it takes 2 chemis whose numbers add up to 10. And that makes a form. You can actually tell which ones are meant to go together because on the back of the cards is a specific shape for Gotchard's helmets in that form. Like Steam Hopper and Steamliner and Hopper 1 both have a specific helmet shape that goes together to make a whole helmet. You slot them in the belt, pull the levers out, and the 2 cards come together and it makes the whole helmet. It's actually kind of cool looking. I wasn't actually going to get them, but some of the artwork on those cards is fantastic. I'm going to be honest. Some of the artwork on the Chemi cards is absolutely fantastic. Especially the rainbow rare ones. God, those look great. Because yeah, they actually made they made it a full-on trading card sets with like actual packs and everything. And of course they had Legend Riders. So Kemi, they had Legend Rider cards, so basically they got to make Kemis based on based on like on past Kamen Riders, which was pretty funny. Like you got some obvious ones like Kiva being a bat. Like that one's pretty obvious. Ryuki's Kemi basically being a version of his contract beast Drag Redder, but with like Ryuki's visor and everything. Same with Wizard having his dragon basically being like his dragon phantom, but made out of gemstones, or maybe made out of rubies, because that was other parts of Wizard's thing. Theming was dragons and rubies. Well, dragons and gemstones, but ruby was his default form. And then you've got ones like Kuga, who I believe was a stag beetle, which, you know, makes sense. He is a stag beetle. And then you've got some of the sillier ones, which are basically like basically usually the Kemi is something based on, is like sometimes it's basically sometimes it's the transformation trinket of the riders. Like Physes are all cell phones. They're all just like flip phones, except for the ones based on the movie that came out recently, which are all smartphones with arms and legs and a sword. And you've got doubles, which is that double transformed using using USB sticks with memories of certain things, like brawling, memories of a brawler, of memories of all the brawlers of the world, and like memories of wins to make Cyclone Joker form. So basically, that one's Kemi is just two memory sticks, each with an eye, and a single arm between them. But then you've got the ones that are based more on the concept of the rider. As I said, Wizards being a gemstone dragon, Kiva's being a bat, which is both the transformation trinket and what he's themed after. So but you've also got ones like Drive being basically Drive's helmet inside a wheel. It's just a wheel with Drive's face in it, where the hubcaps should be, and an arm doing a police salute because he was a policeman. Or like Xaid basically being the character from the game that his suit is based on, in a doctor's coat with a stethoscope. Or Kamen Rider Ghosts being a ghost wearing a hoodie, because that's basically what Ghost was. Like all of his like forms were based, he had a whole, his whole thing was basically changing forms using different hoodies or parkas, really. I believe the difference between a hoodie and a parka is that a parka has like unzipped at the front, and a hoodie is essentially a jumper with a. I think that's technically the difference between them. I think one of the best ones is Builds, because it's literally a rabbit piloting a tank. It's just a rabbit piloting a tank, and it's amazing. one of the special artworks for Kamen Rider Evol is probably my favorite artwork because it's literally the Evol Kemi behind a counter serving coffee to the Rabbit Kemi from the Rabbit Build Kemi. It's just so stupid, but it's also really cute. Hello, Jurassic. As I said, a lot of the artworks are really good. Also, the more we learn about Kamen Rider Garv, the more I'm like, wow, this is really good. Like, this looks so silly, but also really good. Might actually be the first Kamen Rider series I actually get the stuff for it as it's releasing. How are you, though, Jurassic? Oh, I keep bonking the microphone. It was Cosmic. That was the name of the space one. Oh yeah, one for Ruby. They did actually release a card for Boondorio from Boon Boonja. Right, a Kemi card for it. It's basically just artwork of him slinging curry around. Yeah, it is pretty neat. Oh, and then of course we have Geats Killer from the movie, who they were originally just gonna call another Geats because he follows the design principles of because he follows the design principles of pretty much everything. Of another rider being a corrupted version of a Kamen Rider's appearance. The only thing he's missing is like the name and the date. So if they ever end up doing a like a second, like a Kamen Rider Zeo series 2 or something, they've already got the perfect suit for another Geats. Well, I say originally going to call it. It was a tentative name before they actually assigned anything. There's a lot of them, aren't there? Yeah, some of the alternate art for the Chemi card. Oh yeah, it is really. Of course, it's really good. Okay. I'm just kind of spewing off random trivia at this point because I've run out of stuff to say. Yeah, if you ever do like just like want to look at some, if you ever do just want to check them out, I do recommend at least like checking out all the like actual artworks for the Ride Chemi cards, because some of them are really good. Like Skebos, which is a skateboarding it's a skateboarding Chemi. Well, it's a literal skateboard Chemi. It's like one of it's like super rare artwork or something. What rarity was this? Oh, it's yeah, it's premium rare. I believe that was called. I believe it is. It's labeled with a P, so I assume premium rare. It's basically just the skate. It's basically just like Skebos leaned up against a wall covered in graffiti, with like it's actual with Skebos being graffitied onto the wall, and how that basically how they have the name on it is really good. I like the vehicle Chemi symbol being also styled as if it was graffitied onto the wall. Like, it's really good artwork. Oh, parallel rare. That's what P means. Ah, Hawkstars is really good too. It's a close up of Hawkstar on like a night and like a vaporwave color scheme on a night sky, so you can just see its eyes. So like all of its entire body is in shadow, but its yellow eyes are gleaming. It looks really cool. And yes, I am basically just looking over them. Oh yeah, Raidenji's one too. That one's based on a battery, and so its whole thing is just in like it's just Raidenji in a battery pack, and like just like the sort of in a battery pack in packaging, like it's being sold, like it's being hung up in a shop. There's one of those like cardboard backs with a plastic front, and the symbol for the artifact Chemi is just in the corner, where you'd see like the branding or something. Great. Yes. Also, for some reason, ranking Robo is an artifact and not a vehicle. Which is weird because it's a giant robot. Again, I guess it does both work, I suppose. I guess if it's a robot, not a mech, that actually makes more sense now that I think about it. Oh, that one's really good too. Oh, that's Dione. Right. Dione's only got one art. That's the only occult one with more than one artwork. Wow. Oh, and X-Rex is the only one with an alt artwork as well. Huh. Sun's the only cosmic with an alt artwork, and of course it's Unicorn, pretty much just for the alt artwork for the Fantastic Chemies. Oh no, there is one for Giga Baham. Bahamut. Yeah, nothing too crazy except all the level 10 chemies are exclusive for the replicant. Makes sense. Oh, then you got that, yeah. Oh right, Kamen Rider 1's chemi is just a bike, and Kamen Rider 2's chemi is a grasshopper, a red grasshopper. Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot that was that rarity for Kuga. Got that, what was it? Legend Parallel Rare, yeah. Legend Parallel Rare for Kuga, that looks really good. Also looks pretty good. Legend Parallel for Ultimate Form. Oh, right, yeah. So, one of the things they did in the most recent booster packs for the Chemi cards is they released special rarity called Marvelous Rare, which is exclusive to the Legend Rider cards. And it's basically styling the cards up to look like the Kamen Rider Decade cards, because both Decade and Gotchard, the cards run using barcodes. I don't know why they didn't call them Decade Rares, though, to be honest, rather than over Marvelous Rares. Bit strange, but okay. That looks majestic. Agito Shining. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's a bit weird. Marvelous is the name of the Red Ranger from Gokaiger, which was the 35th anniversary of Super Sentai, 35th anniversary series for Sentai. One of those ones is a bit weird, you know? Oh, yeah. Oh, of course, they'd style the Ryuki Survive. Of course, they'd style the Ryuki card after the actual cards from Ryuki. That's a really nice touch. That's cool. Yep, just as I thought. They did the exact same for Blade. For the parallel rares for the Blade chemis. Styled them after the playing cards that we used in the show. That's really cool. Yeah, that's fair. Hibiki looks great, as you'd expect. Kabuto one's doing the poses. Actually, here's something that I find kind of funny. So, the Legend Rider Chemi cards have essentially best matches in the Gotcha Driver as well. Some of them, like quite a few of them, do make logical sense. But fair, they all make logical sense in a way. It's just that some of them seem a bit more random than others. But like, if you pair Decade and Zio, you get the Anniversary Time transformation, which, you know, that makes sense. They're both the Anniversary series. Vice, Revi and Vice just triggers the Kamen Rider Revice. So that one makes sense. Eva and Wizard also, that's one of the pairings. That makes sense. Since they're both more mystical themed and also like kicking things. Kabuto and Saber. Other than them both being red and having a horn, I'm not entirely sure. 1 and 2, yeah, of course. And of course, the transformation announcement is a reference to the first Kamen Rider opening. Agito and Blade. Not really sure on that one. Ryuki and Ghost. That actually no. That kind of makes sense, I guess. Quite sure. Hibiki and Xaid. I mean, yeah, I can see it. That makes sense. Both needing a sense of rhythm. You need one for CPR as well. What other ones? Gaiman Drive, Hanamichi on the Road. Which, yeah, though, that one makes sense. That's specifically a thing from the crossover movie between the two, so that makes sense. And finally, the one that makes the most sense, Den-O and Zero One, which really makes a lot of sense because it's basically just the Legend Rider version of Steam Hopper. Because Den-O is based on trains and Zero One is based on a grasshopper. So it's Steam Hopper, but Legend Rider version. Oh yeah, here's another one that you'll like, Ruby. They also released cards for Kuwagata Oja and Spider Kumonos. From King Oja, the red and 6th Ranger. And if you put those two in the Gotcha Driver, you get the sound effect for Extreme King Oja. Honestly, pretty funny. Oh wow, the Kiva one's so pretty. Darn. Oh, and the Emperor form one looking like one of those old-timey self-portraits for royalty. That one's really good too. Okay, complete looks goofy as expected. Considering it's just like it's just a barcode. It's a living barcode. I've probably lost everyone now, haven't I? I'm not trying the blink method. I don't have the stuff to do that method. Jobster. I don't have the program to count to do that to like to find the shiny frame. The Kamen Rider Drive Chemi Legend Parallel Rare. Oh, yeah, Legend Parallel Rare. It's just the tech specs, which makes sense. It's like a concept sketch for a new car. That one makes sense. Do I want it? If I want it, I'll find it. I think I've got the YouTube video. I think I've saved the YouTube video somewhere. So if push comes to shove, I'll probably do it at some point. Why the heck is Kamen Rider Ghosts Mugen Damashi's Chemi Legend like why is the parallel rare in front of a mixing table, a sound mixing table? Is it a reference to like the original opening, like the showcase trailer, where it was just like showcasing the different forms? Because otherwise, it has nothing to do with DJing. Ah. Kamen Rider X8's Legend Parallel Rare is a Game Boy. That's pretty funny. That's cool. With Muteki's being Game Boy Advance. XP, specifically. I thought it's pretty funny. Well, legally distinct Game Boy Advance SP. Oh, and Gems is all in English as compared to the. Yeah, thank you very much, Jobster. And the Gems Gems menus are all in English as opposed to the other one being in Japanese. And that makes sense because it can't basically just say English words all the time. Oh, the Evil one's even better. It's serving the coffee with its tongue. Like, it's got its tongue through the handle. That's how it's serving the coffee. That's really funny. The realizing Hopper? Hey. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, the 0-1 Legend Parallel Rares are really good too. Because how 0-1 worked was that he was animal based and he had the keys, the progress keys, and when you flipped open the cover, inside was basically like the inner workings of like a robotic model of the animal. So the cards actually reference that by having the Chemi split down the middle. One half being with all the shell on, the other half being like the inner workings, like all the pistons and everything. That was really good. Also, I like how 0-2 has it's not even the main character. It's not because like 0-2 is basically 0-1's final form, but in a lot of the stuff that advertises it, it's the other character that uses it. That ended up using it for one movie that gets all the that ends up getting the focus in a lot of the extra promotional stuff, which I just find funny. It's cute. Definitely deserve to. Oh yeah, Cross Saber Legend Parallel Rare being in a constellation, that works. That makes a lot of sense actually. They're doing the galaxy theming of it, space theming. Ah, that's so good. The Revi and Vice Legend Parallel Rare Chemi cards. They form a whole picture of the two of them like doing the fist bump of like the Chemis doing the fist bump. It's really good. And then of course you got like the sort of like pop full-on comic American comic book style or I guess it might be the Trigger style. Yeah, I think it's a bit more Trigger actually. The sort of Trigger style for the Legend Parallel Rares of the final forms for Revi and Vice. Looks really good too. There's all the geets. Geets 9. I tell you what, I'm probably not gonna be able to do a lot of artwork while I'm on holiday, so I'm probably gonna end up doing quite a bit of shiny hunting. At times where I'm gonna be a whole lot to do. Okay, yeah, I like the geese one. Oh yeah, I got the parallel rare for the buffer card, didn't I? I forgot about that. I just got that from a pack. I didn't actually buy it. Because I did buy some packs. Because I thought, oh hey, I'll see if I can get the Royal Parallel rares. Oh, sorry, the Rainbow rares for. Oh no, I wanted to try and get Hopper 101 and Hopper 101, Gigant Liner, and then the 2 Shining ones movie. I got 2 of each. I got 2 Hopper 101s, 2 Gigant Liners, and 1 Shining Steam Liner. I didn't get Shining Hopper 1, fortunately. Yeah, there's like the 20 different. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. 11 cards for Garv alone. Not even for other riders in the series, it's 11 for Garv because, you know, it's the next one and they're wanting to promote it. Of course, his Kemi is the Gochizo. And I freaking love Kamen Rider Garb. They look so good. It's just such a silly idea, but I love the look of it. It looks so good. Yeah, the Geats Oneness, that special artwork. That's really. Do, 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 do. Na 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 na. La la. Yeah, the parallel rare legend. Kemi. Basically just being a big old lion. Pretty cool. Fortunately, the legendary legend one's a little harder to really make out. Hard. Agave. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that little tidbit for Kamen Rider. So any riders from like Kamen Rider Ichigo to Decade are all labeled as masked riders in a lot of merchandise, and any riders from Double onwards are labeled as Kamen Riders in merchandise. I'm not entirely sure why that is, other than consistency with Decade, which labeled them all as masked riders. The Kemi cards. I'm honestly not sure. Other than that's the only thing I can think of, but I really don't know why. I mean, to be fair, it's not even just been like, I think it might just be for that trademark, yeah. It might just be for that trademark, and it's like, hey, we referred to them like this before, so let's keep referring them to this, and then just keep referring to these riders as this, and then we can refer to like the rest of these. That's because that was that original trademark for those riders, was Masked Rider, not Kamen Rider. That was like originally how they translated it for trademarking purposes, but ever since Double, they've had it specifically as Kamen Rider. That actually makes a lot more sense. Like I said, all the Decade, like in Kamen Rider Decade, all the cards had Masked Rider written on them. Like it was Masked Rider Decade on the card, so that's possibly the reason, because that was the trademark, and it wasn't until after what? Possibly until whenever they started needing those things again, that they changed it back, that they decided to change it for all the ones after Decades for consistency's sake. Because they know that people would like consistency and like things being exactly how they were as a TV show. That's why the Complete Selection modification and the Memorial Edition stuff exists, really. Complete Selection modification is basically the high-end collector's product for the transformation devices, designed to be as show accurate as possible. While the Memorial Edition, is kind of like the more modern take on that, because a lot of the more modern belts and devices are already show accurate. They basically they do the Memorial Edition so that includes voice lines from the characters from throughout the series, as well as updated sound effects to match with the series. Like the Zi-O Memorial Editions, they all include not just the sound effects for not just the normal sound effects from the watches, but also the in-show sound effects, like for when the katakana attaches to the visor, the clang from that each time. And also, we can't forget Kamen Rider Woz is, to be fair, getting that was entirely worth it just because now I can have Woz do, I can basically just, now you can just press the button and have Woz do the Rejoice speeches for do every single Rejoice speech in the show. It's amazing. It's like one of the best parts of the Memorial Edition is when you have a character as good as Woz and just does so many speeches, you can just have him do every speech. You can just keep hearing those speeches on repeat, it's great. Heck, with the Xaid ones, they actually went a step further by giving you a choice of cover stickers for the Gashats. Because you can have the regular sticker, or you can have a special sticker that has an image of the rider on it. You can choose which one you put on, which is pretty darn cool, I'll say. Also, for any promotional images that are used for the Ride Chemi cards, they actually just use like a completely default. They use like every single promotional images. You'll notice they use the exact same barcode on every promotional image for every card, and I believe that's just a blank barcode that doesn't give any noise. So, you know, to prevent people from counterfeiting the cards. I don't think I can physically tell the difference between the two. Then maybe the color's a bit one. But yeah. I probably bored you all with the Kamen Rider talk, to be honest. Hey, I've got over 10 views on this stream so far. That's more than I expected. Oh, I'm glad you've enjoyed it at least, Ruby. Yeah, but as I said, Garv is looking great. From the stuff I've seen, and the little Gochizos, I think that's what they were called. I've completely blanked now. Absolutely adorable and hilarious. Like, so currently we've got like we've got images for his base form, Poppin Gummy, Zaku Zaku Chips, which is basically like it's a crisp themed samurai, which is hilarious, it's just great. He's got two crisp swords and his armor looks like layers of crisps. It's great. Puamalo, which basically looks like if the Michelin Man was a superhero. That one's based on Marshmallow. Gurukan, which is a lollipop themed form, which is basically just looks like he's in a giant power suit. And Chokodan, which is a Cowboy. Chocolate cowboy, which uses it with who's got a pistol, which is made out of a chocolate bar. One of those ones with like the square blocks. So it just looks it's so silly, but it's actually pretty cool looking. At the same time, it's great. And I just love how the Gotchizos look. They just look like little packets of well, they look like what they're supposed to. They look like packets of snacks. Like the gummies look like a gummy packet. The chocolates look like the wrappings on a chocolate bar. The crisps look like the top of a crisp packet where you have to pull them open. In this case, it opens up into two flaps, but you know, it's also pretty cool. Oh right, one of the chips, one of the crisps packet ones, it's spicy flavored, so the swords are on fire instead. That's actually that's pretty good. You got the marshmallow one, which like it looks like a packet of marshmallows, but then it pops open on a back hinge, and it's just so grumpy. The marshmallow creature inside is just grumpy. It's great. It just looks so silly. It's great. Honestly, I just said I won't be able to watch next episode when it comes out. I'm gonna have to wait a week because we're going down on Sunday, and I won't have the internet to where I'm going isn't gonna be good. Plus, I want to keep them all in one place, so it'd be better to keep it on the PC rather than the laptop. Do do da 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 na 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 na. Do 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 do. Oh, right, that's what it means by cool. Ah. You know what that's actually just got me thinking about now? What if the cards, like the cloud cards, were chemis? How would they fit together? That'd be an interesting one, that would. God, now that just reminded me of like the Magical Girl Kamen Rider idea, because I know there's a lot of people that do Kamen Riders as Magical Girls. At least there's one person that does Kamen Rider and like Kamen Rider Magical Girls in a Pretty Cure style. I know that much. But like now it's got me thinking of like, but it's like I had an idea for a drawing project to be basically the reverse of that, where it's taking Magical Girl designs and making them into like Kamen Riders or like maybe later maybe Sentai Warriors as well. Who knows? That'd be interesting. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Gotcha and go. Go again. Yeah, there it. Oh, there's 9 in each. Okay. I can't quite do the whole 10. Oh well. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, no, a better way of actually describing Kamen Rider Gotchard is the Kamen Rider version of Cardcaptor Sakura. Like, that's legitimately what it is. complete with changing the cards to a different art style as well, now that I think about it. Wow. That's actually what it is, isn't it? Ah, that's funny. That's pretty funny. I think I'll go for about 10 more minutes, then stop. I don't think I've got anything else I can really talk about. Yeah, a solid 2 hours will probably be fine. Then I can post a poll of what people want to see me tackle next, because I really don't have a clue. Whatever it is, it'll have to be short because September's when the new Zelda game's coming out, and I want to play that on stream. Of course, there's always just going on to the next version of Legend of Dark Witch, so that's always an option. But those will probably only be about a single stream, so it might not be long enough. Da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bubble and my tongue's popping. I think I recently got into a conversation about Kuroto Dan, actually. and how he's very much a bit of a Marmite character. You either like him because he's ridiculously over the top, or you really don't because he's ridiculously over the top. I was like, there's really no other way of putting it. He's basically, I think generally he's considered to be Kamen Rider's meme master, because there's a lot of, because like he's probably one of the most memeable characters ever. But yeah, a lot of people also consider him very annoying because of just how over the top he is, which I can see. It does help that nobody likes him, so. And doesn't usually get away with whatever it is he's doing. Like, he ends up basically, after a certain point, when he stops being threatening, he just kind of starts being treated as a joke. And then he becomes threatening again later on, but you know. I actually got the purple Joy-Cons for my birthday. Not last week, but the week before. That was cool. Like the purple and orange ones, and it's like, yeah, I've been asked for those for ages. So Ruby, you've been doing a lot of rush duels in Duel Links, haven't you? How's that been going? What kind of deck you running? Well, I haven't actually played or done an actual proper rush duel yet, but I do think I understand most of it. Well, I understand the mechanics because it's a lot simpler than regular Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't understand the meta or anything until I actually sit down and play it, which I don't have Duel Links, and I don't really know how well I can do that without spending money, so. But yeah, what kind of deck you running, Ruby? Da 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 da. Yeah, the passion fruit Joy-Cons too. That's cool. H. Indeed. H indeed, Josh. H indeed, Josh. I don't know where I got John from. Yeesh. No, just you know what you have. Been trying to get a good deck setup for maximum summoning Worm Excavator. Just look that one up. Oh yeah, one of the original ones, isn't it? If my memory serves, this. Yeah, that's one of the original ones, I'm pretty sure. Because I know a lot of the more, I know they've made more. Come on, brain. They've made more. There it is. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Go Rush isn't in the game yet, so they wouldn't have any of the more modern maximum monsters, which have their I can imagine it probably will get added in September, to be honest. But yeah, the actual so yeah, I know a lot of the more recent maximum monsters they've added actually have effects that don't require maximum mode to use them, but you get they get a bonus if they're in maximum mode when used. It's like if you really can't get the maximum attack, if you really can't get them into maximum mode, you can still play them, and they still have a purpose. But yeah, the maximum mode is really quite is a really fun idea for it. It's just a bit tricky to get to work because you need all 3 maximum monsters in your hand. I remember that was something. I think they've got. I don't know if it's in the game yet, but I know they added support to essentially help you get maximum monsters. I'm pretty sure. Well, the event character Asuna Mutsuba and her worm monsters. Nice. That's really good. Huh? Does? Huh, it does. Why are they insisting on the level 10 thing for maximum? Ah. Along with getting gems and other event stuff. Yeah, that's fair. Dude. Yeah, I'll basically just do this one and then I'll end for today. Yeah. Okay, nothing there. Well, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, all 13 of you, even if you only stepped in for 2 seconds. And I do hope that I get to see you all on the next stream after a week, where hopefully we'll know what it is we're actually playing. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I will say, tatty bye!